We're live. Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is August 29th, 2022. And today should be the day, right? It should be the day we actually get the play of this bullish divergence on such a large daily time frame, okay? It should be the day we actually see strong moves up, not just in Bitcoin, but in the rest of the cryptocurrency market. So I'm going to have a look at that. I know I typically have a recorded version of the daily Bitcoin update and typically only go live once a week on Tuesday, but I feel like today is a special occasion and I felt like going live. So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna double check that everything's in order with the stream. Okay, should be able to hear me fine. You should be able to hear the music fine. Please let me know if there are any audio issues. This is a new audio setup, and I honestly can't even hear the music, but whatever. So let's get started. On the daily time frame, just like you see in the thumbnail, you see this strong bullish divergence, okay? And what is it that's strong is that you see you're making a lower low here in price action, right? I put that arrow. So here, that is denoted by this double bottom, this even double bottom on the stochastic RSI. I always say the best way to measure divergences, it's not the only way, but the best way, in my opinion, is using stochastic RSI. I think it's superior even to, traditional RSI. Using stochastic RSI, you can very clearly see this strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame, which is a massive time frame, which means, this should really go, okay? And that should propel us into the next bull market. Now, we're going to jump down into a smaller time frame. Let's go into the hourly. Okay, because I want to show you guys something. And guys, don't forget to like the stream. Hope you're having a great Monday. It's Monday, but it should be a very happy day for all of us crypto enthusiasts, investors, speculators. Right? Look at this. So yesterday you completed this move, right? And everybody was, a lot of analysts, a lot of chartists, a lot of traders are thinking that, we're going to have new lows, we're going to make new lows because we went down impulsively. But what they fail to recognize is that this is part of a larger pattern, okay? And that pattern is basically finished. This right here that I'm going to circle is all a consolidation reversal. Okay, that was a bad circle job, but you know what I mean. Right here. This is a large consolidation reversal, okay? And this is what we've tried to read on this channel. Like, we understand, let me get rid of the stochastic RSI for the moment. We understand, right, given our understanding of corrective price action, we understand that everything since the 19th, right? The 19th of June, 18th of June rather, is consolidation reversal pattern right here. Okay, all of this is consolidation reversal, and we've shown that the mauve or dark yellow, that's your first degree. The light yellow, that's your second degree. So this entire thing has been a consolidation reversal. according to our read of corrective price action. Okay, this is not consolidation bear flag for newer lows, and this, I believe, this bullish divergence on the daily time frame will show that. It will demonstrate that, because this is going to go up in ways people didn't expect. Okay, because they're expecting something like this: down, up, down, new lows, a new impulse to the downside. But that's not what I'm reading. This is not what the stochastic RSI daily bullish divergence is also reading. You don't get this kind of bullish divergence on the daily time frame for a wave 2 consolidation, right? Or correction to continue. Look at that. You don't get that, right? Typically, if you are in a wave 2 and on the daily time frame you're bearish, so you're going to make fresh new lows, you're going to be oversold. You're gonna be up here, okay? And what we can see, not just in Bitcoin, but in the entire market, is strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame, okay? We've played in this consolidation long enough, right? And quite frankly, for people who can't read charts, this is a massive bear trap. It's a massive bear trap, because we've been around 21,000, between 21,000 and effectively 19,500 for how many days now? For 8 days, okay? That's not the longest time, but it's long enough to really fool people that are really, not keen on reading corrective price action, all right? So that's what I'm seeing. Hold up, let me share this on Twitter really quickly. One second, I'm just sharing this on Twitter. Here we go. All right, done. So, yeah, you don't just see it in Bitcoin, you see it throughout the market, right? You see it kind of playing out in Litecoin. We said that already, okay? And you can see this bullish divergence right here, a lower low in price action, and a higher low in the momentum indicator. Again, this is the daily time frame. You see this in Cardano, and this is confirmed, okay? Because we looked at this previously, but it was unconfirmed. The K and D lines had yet to cross. So we knew, excuse me, we knew it was coming. It was likely to come, but it was unconfirmed. Here we have the confirmation, which means not only will it play out, but it's currently playing out, okay? Dodo is beautiful, right? You see that cross right here? It's confirmed, and it's very strong bullish divergence here. Very strong. Here's your lower low. Here's your higher low, right here. Okay? So you see that throughout the market. And again, although some alts have already started, right, especially the big movers on July 13th, like BNB, Synthetics, EOS, like some alts have already started their bull markets, right? And they had started last month. And some alts started a couple days back, right? They started moving. Bitcoin is still the king. Bitcoin is still the main asset in cryptocurrency. So until Bitcoin moves, you not only will not affect sentiment, but also there are a lot of assets that will not move. until Bitcoin moves, right? It's just, I don't know, that's just how it works. You can see this in SHIB, right? A lower low here, and it's an even nice double bottom here on the daily time frame. Okay, we're not on the 15-minute, the hour, or the 4-hourly time frame. These are massive. Okay, here's playing out right on reserve rights. You can see bullish divergences, strong bullish divergence across the board on the daily time frame, and you can see these ranges that you've got, right? So we're on the daily time frame. Look where you're. No, I don't want the arrow. Look at where you're bouncing from. This is 108 or 109 day support level on Kadena that you've put in, and you did all your consolidation reversal basically from this level. And if you zoom out, you'll see this is the 0618 of the prior pump. Okay, so this is consolidation reversal on a large time frame. These are large moves. You could probably also see this effect on the weekly. Yeah, this is a large move, right? You can't yet see the turn in momentum on the weekly, okay? But on the daily, you can quite clearly see that double bottom bullish cross on the stochastic RSI. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to like the chat for sure. Hope you're having a great Monday. I'm live streaming just because I feel like it. This is a special occasion. We've been waiting quite long for these moves in the market. XRP is a little slow. And it surprises me with all of the hoopla and the fanfare for XRP. It just doesn't move strongly. It doesn't, right? Like everything else, pretty much everything else has crossed bullish on the daily time frame. XRP is lagging. I do believe that it will, right? And maybe once it starts running, it'll go. But for all of the fanfare and all of the, well, just wait. Once, and I'm invested in XRP. Everything in this list I'm invested in, by the way. So, it is in my best interest for XRP to go. But I'm curious as to why we have yet to get across on the daily time frame for these K and D lines for XRP, whereas Bitcoin, SHIB, reserve rights, random projects have already gotten their cross. You would think XRP would already. And here's that retest in EOS. We already said July 13th was the day EOS started its bull run. Here's the retest of the inverse head and shoulders, and you're going back, okay? And you can see the daily stochastic RSI was topped out here because it hit the top of its 5 waves and came back for a wave 2 correction. Ethereum's ready to go. I mean, this is a pump that is very, very ready and waiting. A lot of people are underestimating what this was. Okay, this in Ethereum was the first impulsive wave of its bull market. Okay, it was the first impulsive wave of its bull market. Whether people knew it or not, it's besides the point, but it was indeed. Okay, so you had 5 waves here, and we can count it since we're live, and time, we're not constrained by the typical recording time. Let's just count this really quickly. And Ethereum likes to put in my experience, Ethereum likes to put in random extensions. Okay, here's the extension it put in. It put in a wave 1 extension. Okay. Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. This is my 5-wave count for Ethereum. It's legal because wave 3 is not the shortest wave, although it's not the longest. Okay, it's ever so slightly longer than wave 5. And then you have a 3-wave move to the downside, respecting the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement of that 5-wave move. As you can see, we came down to pretty much the 0.618 around 1400, and now we're headed back up with that cross, that bullish cross on the stochastic RSI, daily time frame stochastic RSI. Get a double bottom here with some bullish divergence. It's strong bullish divergence, not just some bullish divergence, it's strong bullish divergence. Here, let's use the arrows here. Lower low right here, and then you're even right here. So that's strong bullish divergence. Expect Ethereum now to put in wave 3. Now, it could be extended, it could be truncated, you know, it could be all of those things. But balance of probability, we should expect Ethereum to put in a wave 3 to between the 1.618 and the 2 Fibonacci retracement level, right? This is where you typically expect your 3rd wave impulses to end. And popping on the VPVR, horizontal volume indicator, we can see that there may be a little more. Okay, you can stop at the 2 Fibonacci retracement level, or you can, I mean, it could extend. I wouldn't be surprised if it extended all the way to 5,000. I would not be surprised. Ethereum likes to put in extended waves. Ethereum always has an extended wave, it seems, whether in wave 1 or wave 3 or wave 5. So yeah, Ethereum is crossed bullish on this stochastic RSI on the daily time frame, and that just means if the daily indicator is bullish, it's the daily time frame is bullish, then everything else is also, right? The hourly, the 4-hourly, the 15-minute, whatever, right? And so, you know, we're getting these runs. Veracity, right? This is, once again, let's go on the log. Once again, something that's been consolidating for 100 and some odd days. 109 days, 108 days, 109 days. You're getting a bounce on this 108, 109 day support after putting in 2 degrees of consolidation reversal, and right here printing strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame. So I guess the theme of the day is strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Given that you have strong bullish divergence on the daily time frame, I mean, you're likely to just go, you know, and so that's really cool, and that should play out. And yes, this is the revenge of the bulls, because a lot of people have been shorting, so you should get some short squeezes. I don't know where people's stops are. They're probably up here, right at the next major resistance, or right beyond the next major resistance. So looking at Bitcoin, people's stops are probably at 22K or something like that. Fully expect to hit those, and you know, unfortunately liquidate people who have misread this move. But yeah, if you've been patient, you've been waiting, you've been analyzing, you've been trying to figure out the price action, you've been building your positions, you will be more than rewarded for this next move up, because again, this is the beginning of alt season 2022. This is the beginning of the bull market of 2022, and I based off of my projections, I think we're going until Q1 of next year, right? This should be an uninterrupted up only move, filled with pumps and consolidation and pumps and consolidations until Q1 of 2022. That is not, I'm not really taking into account the macro. I'm not taking into account what the Fed's saying and all that stuff. This is pure technical analysis, right? I've been talking from the vantage of pure technical analysis on this channel ever since. I don't really take into account the fundamentals in that respect. Fundamentals are important, granted, but when I do my analysis on assets that are fundamentally sound and don't necessarily have drastic fundamental changes, like they don't rug or they don't lose their supply, they're not, they haven't completely changed, what they are fundamentally, then I just look at the technicals. Do you see what I mean? And so just based off of that, this is the start of the bull run, right? In earnest, we've seen it in altcoins. Some other altcoins have already started running, but Bitcoin will start running right now, and this should go until Q1 of the following year, in my estimation. And I've already did that long-term analysis. Just looking at the monthly stochastic RSI, you can see you're also double bottoming and crossing bullish, right? On the monthly, right? That's the monthly. So I expect 5, 6, 7, 8 months of bullish, price action, moves to the upside. Like, we're heavily depressed, we're heavily oversold. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the market, pretty much. I just took a position in BNB, took a leveraged position, and the reason I did that was I counted in BNB, one of my favorite charts, by the way. I always say this on the channel. If you have trouble reading price action in cryptocurrency because it's messy, it's volatile, look at BNB. I don't know why this is, but BNB tends to have the cleanest and easiest to read charts. I do not know what this is. If maybe it's a function of their regular burns, I have no idea, but it's just so clean and it's easy to read. And so I took a risk, I took a little bit of capital, and I went on 10x leverage from this support level right here, okay, with quite a bit of confidence. And I'm going to show you why I did that. And this is a long-term play. I don't expect to touch this until maybe 5, 6, 7 months into the future. Okay, so I've got my initial break of structure, my big A, targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. That's your, what Wyckoff would call your automatic rally, or your automatic reaction. Okay, then I've got a B wave. Okay, that is my response to this initial break of structure. So that's my first degree of consolidation reversal. Okay, then I come here and I do this, a small a, small b. That's my second degree of consolidation reversal. There I have 2 degrees of consolidation reversal on a large time frame. Okay, and according to my research in A/B basing, that's all you need for a reversal. Okay, 2 degrees on whatever time frame you're trading of consolidation reversal, right? You may get some vestiges, some vestigial kind of consolidation reversal to turn, but in really strong assets, kind of like what you see in BNB here, that pivot was done almost immediately on July 13th. So on a really small time frame, you probably got some consolidation reversal, but it's almost imperceptible on the daily time frame. So your bullish, your bull run for BNB started on July 13th. Okay, so this is your wave 1, your sharp wave 2, wave 3, not the shortest of all waves, even if it's not the longest. Wave 1 seems to be the longest, wave 4, and then wave 5. So there you are. There you are. That's your 5. Those are your 5 waves. You expect a 3-wave retracement following those 5 waves up, and you do have 1, 2, 3. It's a zigzag. Okay, whether you know it or not, it is complete right here on August 19th. What you see right here is another A/B basing that's going to take you into wave 3, right? Because this is wave 1. Oops. Let's just do this. Wave 1. This is wave 2. This is gonna be wave 3 up. Okay, and so I measured, this. I took the Fibonacci retracement and I said this should be a 5-wave structure. This should be a 3-wave structure. My hard stop is around $260 because I understand, using Elliott wave theory, that wave 2 should not breach the 618, the golden mean, the phi ratio of your 5-wave advance. Okay, it can wick below, but it shouldn't breach it. So my stops are a little bit below the 618, and it looks like these 3 waves are done, and that this AB basing, let's just zoom in really quick, and you can see it's almost cross bullish here. BNB is on the daily time frame, not quite yet, but almost. All right, but it's a particularly bullish asset. Again, I don't know if it's just because of BNB's popularity or Binance's popularity or whatever, but or their burn. But when it wants to run, it just runs. So it's a nice one to trade to the upside. Here we've zoomed in to this portion that we can also read 2 degrees of AB basing, right? And so once again, you have your initial break of structure, your big A, okay, and then your 3 waves down for big B. That's the reaction. Again, notice that your big A, or your initial break of structure, targets wave 4 of the previous trend. That's a telltale initial break of structure. And then here, right here, you have small a and small b. Okay, so let's just zoom in really quickly. Actually, let's clean that up. Let me circle this and zoom in on the hourly time frame. And this is something you can do, and the more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. I know from experience, because I'm still not perfected it, but I've gotten a lot better at being able to read these consolidation reversals. So we're trying to read the second degree, or small a, small b. This is small a right here, initial break of structure. Once again, you can see targeting wave 4 of the previous trend, which is right here. And then you have a composed B wave, so 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. Okay, so that is your consolidation reversal, small a, small b. So you're essentially, if you zoom out, okay, just zooming out for a second, you've got your 2 degrees of consolidation reversal right here, right here. Okay, and this small portion is a pivot. Okay, so we get really, I mean, there's no price action that we're like, we can't read that, or like, don't know what to make of that. Like, everything, if you're in consolidation, if you're in corrective price action, you should be able to read it. If it's a reversal, if it's a retracement, or kind of like a consolidation for continuation. But in case of consolidation reversal, you should be able to read it. And once again, you can see on the smaller time frames, you have your consolidation reversal pattern. A big A, big B, small a, small b, and then finally, after it happens maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, an undeterminate amount of times, right? Because it's fractal, and it's kind of like a sort of, how would you describe that? It's like it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it breaks, right? It's kind of like a function in math that goes asymptotically, right? It just approaches until infinity, until the trend changes. So this is what I have observed, and so this is the break, or this should be the break, yeah? So on the hourly time frame, we're bullish. On the 4-hourly time frame, we're about to cross bullish. On the daily time frame, as I showed, about to cross bullish. So like I said, I'm not expecting to touch this BNB long, this 10x long that I took last night for many months, right? Because if you just jump into the larger time frames, right? Let's go on the weekly. Let's turn on the log scale. If you see what's happened in BNB since its inception here in 2020, right? You put in 5 waves, okay? So you can see this clearly right here. And these are cycle waves, meaning, sorry, that's not it. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna fix that wave 2, that wave 2 is not correct. And just in terms of, because we're counting Elliott waves, it's very important to identify the degree, okay? And so this degree would be your cycle wave. For those of you new to Elliott wave, because it's fractal, it's not a question of which wave it is, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 5. There's only 5 waves in an impulse, right? You can get, extended waves and stuff like that, but we're only counting 5. So if you're counting cycle waves, you're basically counting the lifetime of a project. You can also count super cycle and millennium waves, but I just like to start on the large time frames with the cycle waves. So this, you see 5 cycle waves down in BNB, and then what you see is this is a particularly bullish asset, right? Because it seems as if we haven't yet gotten a proper retracement of these 5 waves. Okay, so just looking at this, you see 5 cycle waves up, right? And then you see 1, 2, 3, some sort of complex correction, but it's not finished. And why do I say it's not finished? So, okay, let's do this together. We have a little bit of time. Let's go. Let's make sure that this is the exhaustive BNB chart, and I believe it is, because just looking at this, we're pretty much starting from $5. Well, no, let's not assume that this is. Let's not assume that this is. Let's go on Binance, right? Because Binance would obviously have the full chart history. Okay, let's pull that up. When you want to do full cycle kind of analysis, you want to be careful. You don't want to take in. So yeah, this is more like it. This is more like it. All right, now let's turn off this Stochastic RSI. This is more like it. Okay, so we can see that it started in 2017. You get 5 waves up, and let's see. This is really bullish. I'm gonna go on the monthly time frame. And try to make sense of this. Okay, I'm on log, so I'm accurately representing this price action. Let's go on the weekly time frame. This is new to me. I'm just trading this, so I've never done this before. I'm just trading BNB now. So from what I'm reading, you've got a 5-wave move up, a consolidation, another 5-wave move up, a consolidation. You should have one last 5-wave move up, okay? But what I don't understand is how the retracement or consolidations are so shallow, okay? So if you go 5 waves up, you know you go 3 waves down, and the minimum retracement is typically the 382 for a wave 2 retracement, yeah? Like, we just touched the 236 here. And then we go up again for another wave, a 5-wave move, right? And it seems like these retracements are so shallow. We've yet to do a sharp retracement back down to the 382, between the 382 and the 618 of any of these moves, which tells me that, you know, Binance may be doing fine now, but when it does retrace, it's going to be a massive retracement. That's basically what this tells me. Okay, I don't know exactly. Let's try and count it. Guys, I'm doing this with you. I've never done this before. Let's go on the monthly and look at what it looks like on the Stochastic RSI. It looks to be oversold on the monthly. Okay, so that's a good sign. uh, oversold on the monthly. So yeah, we can anticipate another move up. It's just, so you do have your tops adequately represented by the momentum indicators, right? If you just look and see, this is kind of cool. If using the stochastic RSI, you don't have to be a sort of wizard to try and catch these tops. You see the top right here, and you had quite a few months to sell the top, and that represented the top of these 5 waves, or at least this B wave, all right, and the top of once again the B wave here, and the top of wave 5. Okay, just want to point that out. So we are bottomed out on stochastic RSI on the monthly, so we can expect a big move up. Question is, what I don't like, or what makes me suspicious about Binance's life chart, once again, is the fact that none of these retracements seem sharp. Okay, so let's try and count it. Okay, this is the first sharp retracement that I see right here. Okay, so if I have to count this, I'm doing the following. Okay, cycle wave 1 is right here. This is cycle wave 2. Okay, this is the sharpest. Remember, wave 2 is typically the sharpest retracement because most people disbelieve in the fact that it's going to continue to go up, and so you usually have people selling off into strength at the top of wave 1. Okay, so that's wave 2 to me. That should be wave 3. So maybe we're still in wave 3. Okay, so let's just put these up as placeholders. Let's look and see. Cycle wave 1 retraces just barely to the 382. I mean, just barely. Okay, and it's possible that you can just brush the 382. Typically, we want that wave 2 retracement to come to between 382 and 618. This tells me that BNB is extremely bullish. Just when it retraces only to a minimum. I've never seen anything like this, to be honest. I've looked at Bitcoin cycle. I've looked at Ethereum cycle. None of them do this. I've never seen a more bullish asset in its cycle wave. And this chart goes back to 2017. So this is a good 5 years of data. I know this has devolved into a BNB kind of cycle chart, but stay with me. Guys, if you just joined the stream, please like it up. We're talking about Bitcoin's revenge, how pretty much shit's pumping in the market. We're happy. We have bullish divergences. Strong bullish divergences on the daily time frame. We're going to get back to that in a second. So, I mean, let's just have a quick look at our crypto bubbles and enjoy the green. These days are the days we just hang out, we enjoy music together, and we enjoy green movements, right? So right here, crypto bubbles. If you don't know, cryptobubbles.net, great way to look at the markets. It's not the most real time. I don't know what their time frame is, or like where they are in the world, but it's not it doesn't line up with my daily closes. But in any case, or the stock market daily closes. But in any case, it's a good way to look at the market. Just quick scanning of the market, and you can see lots of green bubbles on the top 100. Things are starting to wake up in the green. Again, Celsius, another double-digit day. UOS, another double-digit day. You can see this is what a bull market does. You have successive double-digit days. Celsius yesterday had a 50+% day, right? Today, it's already 16%, and it's only 10 a.m. Do you see? 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. New York time. I'm in DC, though. So, top 300. A lot of big green bubbles. Lots of big green bubbles. Top 400. Lots of big green bubbles. Okay, not as many. Let's go 506, and then let's get back to talking about BNB's sort of life cycle. So top 600, you can see lots of green bubbles. It's a bull market. This is a bull market, and Bitcoin's decided to wake up and join the party. So that's basically what we're talking about. We're just having a look at BNB because I just entered a BNB trade last night, and I've never really charted the life of BNB. I like to do a kind of life cycle review, just to get my bearings and understand what I'm trading. Right? I typically do this before I get into the trade, but I got excited, so I got in the trade. I FOMO'd. Well, that's a FOMO to me. FOMO'd in the trade because I liked the small time frame, the daily. I like the daily chart, but I never had to look at the weekly chart. But I'm having a look at the weekly chart because, as I said, this is something that I'm looking to hold on to for a few months, just like most of my positions. I'm not looking to sell Bitcoin and associated assets until Q1 of 2023, which is where I think we're going to peak, over $1 million per Bitcoin. Okay. So this is my wave 2. So wave 3 typically comes, and we know this, to between the 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension. So we've got here, we haven't even finished wave 3 yet. Okay, so this I think we're still in cycle wave 3 for BNB, okay, which is one of the reasons it's so bullish. We're still in cycle wave 3. Okay, that's my read. So that would be, it would go something like this. Let's see. Let's put this around Q1 2023-ish. Okay. So yeah, I think this is what we're dealing with here. And then this is probably June, July. I'm just going off of what I remember from my Bitcoin cycle chart. I had wave 4 ending around June, July. We don't have to look at that now, but I did a bunch of analysis on the cycle chart for Bitcoin and what we can expect in terms of a top of this bull run that we just started. Like I said, Q1 of 2023, and then where we can expect this Bitcoin to bottom out for the next bear market. Anyway, so for BNB, I would say that this is a wave 3. Okay, so I can start counting my primary wave. So it goes cycle and then primary. Okay, so I would get out my Elliott wave counter, my wave counter. So again, you go wave 1. I'd say this is wave 2 right here. This is wave 3. This is my shallow wave 4. And then wave 5 goes here. Now, because this is Elliott wave, once again, we have to be careful. You have to really note your degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this opaque, completely opaque, just so we know what to focus on, because I want to focus on the primary wave here. So my cycle waves are up here, okay? And my primary count is basically the nested wave within the cycle wave. Do you guys understand? So it goes, as you could see, the cycle count's the larger, and then the primary one is one level or 1 degree below that. So here's my wave 2, and I think this is a valid wave 2 right here. My primary wave 2 is a nice, healthy 382 to 618 retracement. You see that? That's nice and healthy. Boom. A, B, C. That's a nice flat correction here, ending in March of 2020 with the COVID crash. Okay, so that's my wave 2 retracement here. I like that. If I take my Fibonacci extension tool from the beginning of this right here, I'm looking at BNB, by the way, if you guys are wondering. I'm looking at it because I just entered a trade for BNB, and I'm looking to keep it for a few months. Entered a leverage trade. Okay, so it looks like my wave 3, my primary wave 3, was concerted. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What may be going on here is the primary wave 3 is extended, because primary wave 3 doesn't even hit your typical targets. Do you see? Because typically you want your wave 3 to come to at least the phi ratio 1618, between 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension. We didn't even do that for this primary wave 3. So I'm expecting BNB to come and do this primary wave 3. So this cycle wave 3 would take, again, we would extend all of this because primary wave 3 is still going. All right, primary wave 3 seems to be extended. So this is what I think we're getting. We're in primary wave 3 of cycle wave 3. So that's my larger read. I like to do that just to see if, make sure that there's nothing, no big cliffs around the corner. And so just based off of that rough Elliott wave analysis, BNB is good to long on the long time frame for me. This is, I'm comfortable with this flat correction right here. This flat correction being complete, right? And this flat correction took approximately 400 days. So about 400 days of correction in this cycle wave 3. I'm not even going to go into smaller degrees. I don't see the purpose right now for the purpose of this stream, but BNB seems to me a go. I think there's much more upside, a lot more upside in this next move, and it seems to me that won't be surprised if we go into the thousands, quite easily into the thousands for BNB. Okay, I'm not even gonna say when or where. I'm just going to keep it stupid simple with this trade and use the stochastic RSI on the monthly time frame like I just showed you. Do you see? If you sold the top of your momentum indicator, your stochastic RSI momentum indicator, you would have gotten, you would have sold the top right here. You're selling the top right here. You're selling the top, right? So I'm just gonna wait for a bearish cross on the stochastic RSI monthly time frame, which should be somewhere in the thousands for BNB. So that's my BNB trade. Again, that's a 10x leverage trade that I took last night because of what the whole market was doing. All right, that was a big segue, but I hope that was informative, right? It doesn't matter what you're looking at, right? When you're charting and you're learning how to chart and you're using this Elliott wave analysis, you can do it on anything, and you should be able to apply it to anything, all right? So again, the theme, the narrative of the day, we're looking at Bitcoin, the revenge of Bitcoin, the revenge of the bulls. People have been shorting, people have been saying much lower lows, and these, I think, amateurish analysts who don't know how to read corrective price action, have been reading this as a bear flag that was to break down. But on this channel, we've been reading this as a consolidation reversal, not a consolidation continuation. That's very important. You need to be able to distinguish the two. And it's not easy, okay? It's not easy. But with a combination of reading the price action and of being able to read these indicators like the stochastic RSI indicator, and then just zooming out on the larger time frames and seeing where you stand in terms of the downtrend, on the weekly, it's very, very likely, it's I wouldn't say it's easy to see, but it's very clear that this macro downtrend has been exhausted. Okay, and yesterday on the live stream we looked at a lot of different indicators on the CBBI .info. Okay, and we're gonna just have a quick look at that for those of you who missed it. Right here, you can see Colin Talks Crypto, which is a great index, by the way, which is the bull run index. And basically, yesterday it was at a 7, today is at an 8. So that may have been the bottom, the last bottom move, right? And it basically, this index is a collection of indicators, and these indicators that Colin has chosen for his index of market tops and bottoms for Bitcoin are indicators that have historically been really accurate in measuring the tops and bottoms of markets. And you can see he uses a Pi cycle top indicator, the Rupal Nupal chart, the R-HODL ratio, Pule multiple, 2-year moving average, Bitcoin Trololo trend line, MVRV, Z-score, reserve risk, Ruble top cap versus CVDD, and the Bitcoin search term. Right? I'm heavy on technical analysis. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I don't look at these often, but I do glance at them from time to time. Right? More data isn't bad, but I really do on this channel make a concerted effort to focus in on the price action. That is my that's really my that's my strong suit. That's where my interests, my main interests and passion lie, in price action. That's where I exert most of my effort. So I'm not looking too much at those other charts. But as you can see, this bullish bullish cross on the stochastic RSI, this strong bullish divergence is playing out, and already on this daily candle we've gotten 3.75%. Now 3.75% is nothing to write home about, but what's important is not necessarily the percentage growth, but the fact that you're putting in a bullish engulfing candle on the daily time frame. Okay, and then the context, the larger context. Again, you have to be able to see the context and read the context and understand the context. Not a lot of people can. People won't be bullish until maybe you reach the top of this channel. But for us who are able to read this as a consolidation reversal, read this as a pivot, then this is really bullish. Let's get into a little smaller time frames. And well, first let's have a round looking at the rest of the market. So this is our general watch list, not indicators or not assets that we're directly invested in, but just assets that we watch. And you can see double-digit movers here, okay? And just a lot of green, you know? When Bitcoin moves, other things can move before Bitcoin, right? You typically get that in an alt season, and that's fine and well. But when Bitcoin moves, things move even with that much more verve. And you can see nice double-digit moves in the market on the daily time frame. We're just getting started, right? We're just getting started with the day. So this is a strong sign. The markets have just opened. Traditional markets have just opened. Speaking of traditional markets, let's have a quick glance at both the DXY and the SPX. So the SPX, as you can see here, let's go on the 4-hourly time frame. It's starting to bounce, okay? It just started to bounce. So it had its, what I think is a zigzag correction, right, after these 5 waves. If you count the waves starting from here. This bottom, this is the top. I think this is like textbook 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Yep. And you can see here 1, 2, or maybe this is a 1, 2, 3 situation, right? This is a sharp wave 2 retracement, right? A sharp wave 2 retracement. Maybe it's put in its consolidation reversal pattern already, and it's going to move up, or maybe it has yet to do it. You never know. Sometimes the consolidation reversal patterns are a little bigger, sometimes they're really small. But in any case, it looks like you have a sharp wave 2 retracement for this wave 1 in the traditional markets. And if this is wave 1 and this is wave 2, expect a wave 3 and a wave 4 and then a wave 5. Okay? So for people who are saying the traditional markets are going to tank, they may be in for a nasty surprise if they're short. Now, looking at the DXY, we can see that it's currently putting in a pivot. Okay, for people saying, "Oh, this is not a double bottom," or a double top rather, it looks like it, right? Where you have your ending diagonal right here on the DXY as this rising wedge, and it broke down. It started to break down with this A wave. It comes up with this 3-wave move in the B wave, and then you have to get a pivot again. People don't appreciate consolidation reversal patterns. This all was a consolidation reversal pattern, still playing out perhaps, but again, you can see on your momentum indicators, you're completely topped out, right? You're oversold. You're looking for a move down, and that move down should take you to the base of this rising wedge. As we know, rising wedges tend to break down to the base. Okay, so the DXY looks bearish to me, okay, on the daily time frame. Back to Bitcoin and the stuff we care about. We're running. We're finally running. Revenge of the Bulls and Revenge of the Bulls, and this is welcome. This is a sight for sore eyes. We haven't gotten this for a while, right? Haven't gotten this for a while. Things like Litecoin, they're really, really, really bullish, running. Cardano, running. Dodo, running. Guys, I hope you're appreciating this. And if you're long on the market, you've been building positions, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your resilience. Congratulations to your patience and your perseverance and your steadfastness. Because this was tough. It was really, really tough. It was not easy. Okay? A lot of fear in the markets. A lot of, FUD about Bitcoin going to zero. Again, I'm doing technical analysis, so this is all technical analysis, but people fail to realize when they cite the nasty macro backdrops of the market, and saying, inflation's through the roof, and China's economy is collapsing, and yada yada yada. Do you understand that Bitcoin was forged in the fires of traditional market collapse? It was basically created as a response to inflation, hyperinflation, money printing, backwardation, and traditional market collapse. It's a response to that. So would it be so hard, such a far fetched idea to believe that Bitcoin could thrive in those conditions and the cryptocurrency markets could thrive in those conditions? A sound money that isn't controlled, that is the supply is controlled, or not controlled rather, at a whim, but algorithmically. Wouldn't that make sense? I just don't understand the reasoning. That people say, well, if the traditional markets tank, then Bitcoin has to tank. Like, maybe it decouples, who knows? But I don't know about that. I'm not a fundamental guy. I'm just reading the charts, and the charts tell me it's buy time and it's pump time, and it's time to go up. And I'm not selling. I'm gonna sell because this is my full-time job. This is how I make my living. I'm gonna have to sell certain things on the way up just to fund my lifestyle, but I'm not gonna sell major positions until Q1 of 2023 as it stands. From what I'm seeing right now, that analysis may change, but from what I've seen and from what I've charted, I actually have a day for Bitcoin's top. And that day on my whiteboard, from my sort of my analysis, is February 19th, 2023. Am I going to close my eyes and sell on that day? Absolutely not. I'm going to continue to watch the markets. I'm going to continue to monitor. It's just kind of a placeholder right now, February 19, 2023. And that doesn't necessarily mean that just because I have Bitcoin doing that everything else is going to hit on the same day, right? I'm just going to, play it case by case with all of these different positions. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm excited, guys. I'm very excited. It's pumping. We're pumping. Are you guys enjoying the music? I've got some music going. I can't hear it, but it should be good. We're pumping, guys. We just, right now, broke this high. We created a higher high right here. Bears are in disbelief right now. Bears are in disbelief. They read this as a bear flag. And again, we haven't pumped that much, okay? But it's not about that per se. It's about looking at the rest of the market and what the rest of the market's doing, right? Forming these vicious double bottoms on a large time frame, right? Like that is a massive reversal pattern, right? On Litecoin, right? It's about reading the rest of the market, reading what the rest of the market is doing, and then just imagining, oh, if the rest of the market is doing that, Bitcoin's going to follow. Because remember, it's alt season. Guys, look at Bitcoin dominance. It's tanked, and it will continue to tank, right? It's at 40.6. Let me zoom out for you. It's targeting 23%, right? I've talked about this on the channel before. Bitcoin dominance is tanking. What's that tell you? If Bitcoin dominance is tanking, that means it's alt season. That means things are gaining against Bitcoin. That means you get more money investing in altcoins right now, because as they're pumping, they're going to pump more than Bitcoin. Every chart against Bitcoin, most every asset against Bitcoin is winning right now. Okay? That's what this means. So Bitcoin's going to lag. That's why we see Ethereum, BNB, Synthetics run on July 13th, and Bitcoin is only started running today. Right? Guys, let me know. I haven't looked at the chat, by the way. No chats. Guys, shout yourselves out. Like the stream. Say good morning or something. Isn't this crypto? Don't you have to say good morning? Good morning to you all. I hope you're enjoying today. I hope you're enjoying the pump. I hope you're enjoying the positive price action. I hope your positions are going green. If they haven't been green, or if they'd been underwater, I hope you get a lot of money from these moves. And I hope you're trading this with a long-term mindset, because if this indeed is a market bottom, right, and we are at the low that people are going to say in a few months, like people's moms and grandmas and aunts and uncles say, oh man, I wish I had bought a little bit of that at that time. Like, people were making fun of crypto people were making fun of the cryptocurrency markets, saying it was going to crash and whatever. And I sold everything at the bottom, where I didn't take it seriously. I hope you don't do that. I hope you did, I'm not financial advice, because it's tough, but why not? What can hurt? Like, do you have $100 to spare, $200 to spare? Buy some crypto. Who knows? Just buy it and leave it. You may thank yourself like quite a lot. You have people buying meme coins like Dogecoin every cycle. Dogecoin, SHIB. They bought a few $100 just as a joke, and then turned out, to be millionaires. That could be you. This is literally a market bottom. I don't typically go live, right? I'm going live because this is a special occasion, right? This is the day Bitcoin finally decided to get off its ass and move, right? And it's pumping, and it's a glorious pump. And we can expect, if our analysis is correct, that this pump take us up, up, and up to Bitcoin over $1 million. Okay, that I'm not just saying that because I'm just spouting things off. I've done analysis showing as much. Okay, I actually have a figure, 1.7 million, and I have a date, February 19, 2023. Is this going to be correct? No, I don't know. It's probabilistic. I do technical analysis. I deal not in certainty, in probability. So those are the probabilities. I deal with two different axes. I deal with price and I deal with time. So I analyze both. And in analyzing price and time, I've gotten 1.7 million and I've gotten February 19, 2023 for Bitcoin. Okay? That's just what it is. Make of that what you will. But I'm excited. This is the day. This is the time. This is when it starts, right? All that pain to the downside in this double zigzag, okay? All that pain up and down in this 427-day flat correction, and then the subsequent 77 days of AB basing, 77 days of consolidation reversal, right? The amateur chartist, the amateur trader is saying, I'm going to wait until Bitcoin consolidates a bit. It's going to break some highs and then consolidates a bit, and then I'm going to enter. Like, this is that consolidation. It's 77 days in Bitcoin, but it was 109 days in most alts, right? Right here you have 109 days in Litecoin. Right here. It's like 110 days, something like that. In most altcoins, it's 109, 110 days, right? It was very, very challenging, right? You're just waiting, the price going up and down, ping-ponging in this range for all this time. That's not impulsive, right? And according to our analysis, we're finally going to break these highs and make positive price action, right? We're going back in impulse, except it's not this impulse, it's that impulse. We're continuing the trend. Because remember, those 400 days that you put in Bitcoin, in that flat correction, that's corrective. That means that's not even the trend, right? The trend is up, okay? Bitcoin goes up and to the right, and it has been going up and to the right for, 10 plus years. This is a blip. This is a correction of the larger trend. So the larger trend is going to be even more massive. People, if you're shorting and you're a perma bull, just on the balance of probability, you make a lot less than the people who just buy and hold. And the reason being is the buy and hold goes with the trend. The shorting of the correction, which there's nothing wrong with, goes against the trend. So mathematically speaking, there's a lot more upside than there is downside, right? You go up, 5 waves and you go down 3 waves, not 3 waves, and you don't go up 3 waves and go down 5 waves. You see what I mean? So people who have been accumulating positions, spot, leverage, margin, whatever, hold. Watch this continue. When this continues, this is the new class of wealthy in the world. This is a new class of crypto royalty, the new class of established traders who quote unquote made it. All right, and all of that, I think, is important to say. All of that really goes into your ability to read this. Okay, I know a lot of people buy blindly. They dollar cost average without thinking, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that if you're a trader and you're trying to take advantage of tops and bottoms with the, moderate, fair degree of success, you really want to be able to read corrections. So you can say that any analyst, any trader, any market technician that is successful is able to successfully read correction, because it's in correction that you're able to read and position yourself for the trend. Because if you start getting involved in price action during the trend, your returns are marginalized. You reduce your rate of returns, right? Substantially, because you move so fast during impulses. This is why we call them impulses, right? It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It's hard to build positions. It's hard to gather the money and build positions and say, okay, I'm going to put this amount, but I have to wait till my next paycheck. Like, it's really hard to do that because it just goes and then it corrects for a little bit, but then it continues to go. And then you're looking, it's kind of like that meme where you're looking at the action on Twitter, right? You look left, you look right, one thing's running and then another thing's running, and you look, and then when you're not looking, another asset is running. That's how the bull market is. It's just pump after pump after pump after pump after pump. So you have to actually draw back. You have to zoom out and look at it with a synoptic kind of vantage and understand where your likely targets are. It also doesn't help, and I'm talking to you from experience, to try and trade the bull market on short time frames. That's the silliest thing. Just get the hell out of the way. Just get the hell out of the way, right? Trying to gain little gains, like you're basically offered a feast, and you're getting, and when you're trading the hourly, the 4 hourly, even the daily, sometimes it's like you're content with crumbs. It's a bull market. Get the hell out of the way. Gain a strong position and get the hell out of the way. Let it go, right? Let it go and make actual wealth, not little bits and pieces. That's why people have been, no disrespect, and day trading is a thing. It just, is it worth all of that effort? It's a different answer for everyone. Everybody's going to be different. But for me, personally, I don't see the point of getting into hourly, 4 hourly trades, trying to trade this down and short this and then long that and stuff like that. You need to get into those trades and monitor them all day, and sometimes set alarms waking you up from sleep. And even then, you're not going to have a high win rate, right? If you're lucky, you're going to have a 60% win rate. That's a lot of effort for so little. Where if you have the time, the luxury of time, you can just accumulate. Not just your spot positions, but you can also accumulate those leveraged positions. People think that you can only leverage trade on a short time frame. No. You can leverage trade on long time frames. You just got to be smart about it. Low leverage, long time frame. You accumulate during these 77 days or 100 some odd days, and then you just wait and you get paid, right? You take advantage of the trends, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is the whole purpose of technical analysis, the whole purpose of charting, in short, is to be able to read these corrective patterns, these corrective moves in the market, and then the consolidations, be able to read them so that you know when to when the market will most likely run again, right? That's basically it, I would say, in short. If you can read price action corrections, you shouldn't trade it, but you should read it so that you know when the trend will resume. And once the trend resumes, you can take advantage of that. And this is where the money's made. This is where the wealth is made. This is where like people who bought and held, whether they know how to do technical analysis or not, and most of them don't, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just bought and held because they had conviction in the asset and they thought they had a good feeling, right? That's how they made their money. Not trading in and out of the market and trying to read, oh, is Bitcoin going up today or is Bitcoin going down today? Like, and I know a lot of people get frustrated with the channel because we've been in a bear market, and I'm not always telling you if Bitcoin is going to go up or down in the next 4 hours, 48 hours, 24 hours. It doesn't really matter. What's really important is the general trend, right? Is this big pain done? Because it's hard to get out of the way of this. Like, if you start setting positions and you're wrong on this read, you're going to get flushed out, okay? But once you can read this to a certain, degree of competency, and then you can read the subsequent consolidation reversal, and you can build positions here. Ooh, that's gold. But not everybody perceives it or understands that. And it's going to be hard to understand until this happens. Once this happens, people will be like, oh shit, I see what he was doing. I see why he was putting so much emphasis on these consolidation reversal patterns. Why he was literally talking about the same thing every day. And even when the price would go against him because he would get, go long here, right? By going long, build positions, start, building 3x positions, 5x positions in the market, or like spot positions. He didn't care. Right? He was still talking bullish, and everybody else was freaking out because we had, what's this? From the 17th of August down here, we went down 20%. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Because my larger time frame read is, this is a consolidation reversal pattern, and once it's over, it's over. And the real money starts. I don't care about 20%. 20% is not going to pay for my house. 20% is not going to buy me a car. 20% is not going to pay for my kids' tuition, right? A 20% move. I'm looking for a big ass move, right, in the market. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trading for. It takes patience. Patience pays in trading, my friends. Guys, if you're subscribed or if you're not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. Like the video. If you're on the stream, welcome. And yeah, I hope you guys are well positioned to take advantage of this move. This is how I've been trading for the past few hundred days. I've been building positions. Right now, as we speak, I have a position in Ethereum that's leveraged. Okay, I have a reserve rights position that's leveraged. I have a Dodo position that's leveraged. I have a VRA position that's leveraged. I have an XRP position that's leveraged. I have some spot positions in Kadena, in Dodo, and Ravane. And then on another exchange, because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, I have another Cardano position on 12x leverage. I have a BNB position on 10x leverage that I told you about that I opened yesterday. I have a Dodo position on 5x leverage again. I have a Litecoin position on 12x leverage. Very excited about that one. Been open forever. I've been managing and playing defense and trying to keep the margins wide enough to stay alive. That has been my modus operandi for the past few months. Stay alive. Keep these positions open because my larger time frame reads are going to play out with a high degree of probability. I have a SHIB position on 20x leverage, still alive. Okay, a lot of these were opened recently. Okay, the margin positions, the spot positions I've had open for quite some time, but the margin positions I've opened in the past couple of weeks, a lot of them, right? Because you have to be careful with leverage. You don't want to have your stops or liquidation points hit. So I've opened those very carefully. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. Not a lot of people understand this, right? I don't have a lot of subscribers, and I don't care. That's fine. I just do this for fun. I share my analysis, because even if one person benefits from this, great. There's going to be one of you that, for some reason or another, was inspired by my analysis. They accumulated during these times. They didn't, get scared at, us going to 10K, 12K, whatever, making new lows, or us going to, some ridiculous sub 10K levels, and understand that it's very likely that the new trend, the new bull market start now, and accumulated positions, and it's going to change not only their lives, but the lives of their family and other people around them in their neighborhood, in their community. If that happens to one person, every live stream, every update, everything was worth it. Even if I have 0 subscribers, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's about changing lives. I want to change my life. I want to change my family's life. Right? I've already changed my life. Right? I'm working for myself. I have no cap on my income potential. Right? I can make as much or as little as I want. I can work as much or as little as I want. Right? I'm looking for freedom. I love the freedom of this. This is why I'm in here. Financial freedom, freedom of time, freedom to be able to play with my son, right? Freedom to be able to help people around me, not just in my immediate family, but also in my community. I have big plans for, the wealth that I'm going to make in this next bull run, right? And I hope you do too. Right? So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Let's have a quick look at the crypto bubbles on the top 100. All right, let's see. Can we get there? Right here. Okay, everything looking nice and steady. All right, starting to turn green. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Okay. Bitcoin is going nice and steady. Doesn't have to melt faces just yet. But that's how these things happen, right? They're nice and steady, nice and steady, nice and steady until boom! You hit a big wave, right? That's how it works. But too many people wait to see trending price action before acting, and they can't really read, this versus, a larger trend. I mean, I don't know. It's just, you got to be able to get into the weeds and read this, or else this doesn't make any sense. You don't have any context to understand positive price action. It could be, just a bull market, a bear market rally. So many people say it's a bear market rally. It doesn't mean anything. It's just you're going up and then you're going to go down again. All right. And it's always likely, or there's always a probability that happened, but it's not very unlikely given our indicators on the daily time frame, given what we've read in price action, right? Very unlikely. Yeah. I got nothing else. Unless anybody wants to look at anything in particular, just drop a comment and let me know if you want to look at any assets or you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a stream. Guys, it's my pleasure. I'm excited, as you can tell. Very happy. Very happy. This is a long time coming. All right? Hope you have a great Monday. Hope you have a great rest of your week. And I'll likely talk to you tomorrow on just a regular update. And, tomorrow's the typical live stream, so I might live stream tomorrow as well. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.